If you've ever sat across from a woman and thought, what do I say that actually makes her feel something? Curious, not small talk, not rehearsed lines, but something that shifts the air between you, then this message is for you. You have likely experienced the profound frustration that comes from navigating the modern dating landscape, where endless facts are exchanged without any real intimacy being built, leaving you sitting there, surrounded by the ambient noise of a crowded coffee shop or an upscale restaurant, feeling the creeping anxiety and fear of being boring or entirely unmemorable to her in that exact moment. Sighs. The loneliness of these surface level interactions is a pain that many men carry silently, constantly searching for a way to break through the conversational barrier, desperately wanting a connection that bypasses the logical brain and activates something much deeper, something passionate and undeniably real. Older men, those who have mastered the subtle art of emotional attunement, understand a fundamental truth about behavioral psychology that younger men often miss entirely. They do not try to impress a woman with their endless accomplishments, their financial status, or their rehearsed stories, but instead, they utilize three incredibly simple words to completely alter the relational dynamic forever. These three words are not a magic spell or a manipulative tactic, but rather a profound psychological skeleton key that unlocks her autobiographical memory and invites a level of radical authenticity that she rarely gets to experience with men. The words are simply, tell me more. When deployed with genuine curiosity, unwavering eye contact, and a grounded, unshakable presence, this simple phrase shifts the entire trajectory of the interaction, moving it from a mundane interview into a deeply captivating emotional journey. It is not just about gathering more factual information from her, it is about creating an expansive psychological space where her nervous system can finally relax, where she feels safe enough to lower her guard and reveal the hidden facets of her true identity. In a world where women feel constantly pressured to perform, to look perfect, and to maintain a flawless facade, your willingness to listen uninterrupted amplifies her feelings of safety and sparks a deep, undeniable romantic desire that she cannot logically explain or resist. To truly understand why this works so flawlessly, we must look at the underlying neuroscience of human connection and the intricate workings of the dopamine system. When you look deeply into her eyes and ask a woman to expand on her innermost thoughts, her brain almost immediately begins to release a powerful cascade of rewarding neurochemicals. You are effectively reconstructing the entire conversational environment, shifting it from a stressful, high stakes evaluation into a warm, inviting sanctuary of co regulating emotional exchange. As she speaks and realizes you are truly listening, her cortisol levels begin to plummet, and the stress and anxiety of the date melt away, rapidly replaced by the warm, bonding effects of oxytocin flooding her system, making her feel profoundly seen, heard, and deeply understood by you. This is exactly where the magic of associative conditioning takes hold in her subconscious mind, because you are the calm, grounded, masculine presence facilitating this massive release of positive neurochemistry, and her brain automatically links the feeling of profound safety and immense pleasure directly to you, the man sitting across from her. She does not just feel good about the conversation itself, she feels incredibly good about you, associating your specific face, your voice, and your energy with the relief of finally being able to express her true self. By actively encouraging her vulnerability and holding space for her emotions, you trigger an incredibly powerful psychological mechanism known as self-generated persuasion, where she effectively convinces herself that you are a highly captivating, high-value man simply because of how intensely good you make her feel internally. Imagine the exact scenario playing out right in front of you on your very next date. You are sitting directly across from her. The ambient lighting of the restaurant is dim and moody, and the room hums with a quiet, sophisticated energy. She casually mentions a fleeting detail about her past, perhaps a vivid childhood memory, a secret ambition, or a passionate hobby that she usually glosses over because most men never care to ask. Instead of just nodding politely and quickly relating the topic back to yourself or trying to sound smart, you hold her gaze, lean in just a fraction of an inch to close the physical distance, and softly say those three words, "Tell me more." The air between you instantly thickens with anticipation, and you can visually see the immediate shift in her body language as the reality of your genuine interest washes over her. Her tense shoulders noticeably drop, her rapid breathing slows down into a calm rhythm, and her eyes widen slightly as she realizes you are actually interested in her hidden identity, not just the polished, superficial facade she presents to the rest of the world. This rare moment of deep emotional attunement is incredibly powerful because most men are so consumed by their own fear of rejection that they rush to fill every single silence with meaningless chatter, effectively killing any potential for mystery, intrigue, or masculine polarity. By confidently holding the space, embracing the quiet moments, and allowing her to fill the void with her truth, you are demonstrating a massive amount of internal confidence and emotional fortitude. This creates a powerful magnetic pull, a deep seated intrigue that bypasses her logical filters and speaks directly to her primal desires. You are actively validating her core emotional reality, which is quite literally the ultimate aphrodisiac in female psychology, far more potent than any physical trait or material wealth. When an older, mature man executes this flawlessly, it instantly signals a vast wealth of relational experience and deep emotional stability, telling her primitive brain that you are a true protector, not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically. This perceived emotional safety is absolutely not the enemy of physical attraction, as so many misguided men believe. Rather, it is the essential combustible fuel that allows true, uninhibited desire to burn brightly and intensely. Without this foundational safety, a woman's nervous system remains constantly on guard, effectively shutting down the biological pathways that lead to genuine intimacy, vulnerability, and passionate romantic connection. As you continue to gently guide her deeper into her own narrative, you will inevitably navigate the complex waters of relational trauma and the painful past lessons she has endured. Every woman carries scars from previous connections where she felt misunderstood, undervalued, or entirely invisible. And when you use these three words to invite her to share her reality, you are gently touching those old wounds with a healing, masculine presence. She might test you by sharing something slightly controversial or deeply personal, unconsciously watching your micro expressions to see if you will judge her, pull away, or become uncomfortable with her raw authenticity. This is the absolute critical juncture where your unwavering presence is required. If you remain stoic, compassionate, and intensely focused on her, you completely shatter the negative expectations she has built up from years of disappointing interactions with lesser men. You become a beacon of emotional permanence in her chaotic world, and the contrast between the shallow, frantic energy of other men and your deep oceanic calm creates a massive spike in attraction. The polarity between your grounded masculine frame and her flowing feminine emotional expression reaches its absolute peak, generating a palpable, electric romantic tension that seems to vibrate in the space between you. You are no longer just two strangers exchanging biographical data over overpriced drinks. You are two human beings engaging in a profound dance of psychological discovery and emotional merging. The brilliance of self generated persuasion is that you never once have to brag, boast, or logically convince her that you are a great catch, because her own brain is doing all the heavy lifting for you, connecting the dots between her intense feelings of euphoria and your commanding presence. As the evening progresses and she continues to pour her heart out, guided by your masterful use of tell me more, the conversational dynamic shifts from you actively asking questions to a mutual, unspoken acknowledgement of the intense chemistry brewing between you. This is the climax of the interaction, the beautiful moment where the underlying tension peaks and the attraction shifts from a hopeful assumption into a conscious, mutual awareness that something incredibly special and rare is happening right here, right now. She might suddenly stop talking mid sentence, look deeply into your eyes, and smile a knowing smile, completely overwhelmed by the profound magnetism she feels towards you. You do not need to break the silence or rush to escalate physically in a clumsy manner because the psychological groundwork has already been flawlessly laid, and the emotional intimacy you have cultivated naturally and effortlessly paves the way for physical intimacy. The fear of being unmemorable vanishes entirely, replaced by the supreme confidence of knowing you have touched her soul in a way she will be thinking about for weeks, months, or even years to come. This masterful approach entirely removes the exhausting pressure to constantly perform, entertain, or prove your worth, allowing you to simply exist in your masculine power, observing, listening, and guiding the interaction with effortless grace. It is a fundamental shift from trying to extract validation from a woman to generously offering her the rare gift of your undivided, uninterrupted attention, which in today's hyper distracted society is the most valuable currency you possess. By understanding the intricate mechanics of female psychology, the delicate balance of the nervous system, and the powerful neurochemistry of associative conditioning, you elevate yourself above the masses of men who are still playing a shallow, unwinnable game of superficial statistics. You become an enigma, a man of depth, mystery, and profound emotional intelligence, capable of unlocking the most closely guarded chambers of a woman's heart with nothing more than your presence and three strategically placed words. The beauty of this framework is that it is infinitely repeatable and completely authentic because you are never faking your interest. You are genuinely curious about the complex, beautiful human being sitting across from you, and that pure intention is felt on a vibrational level. As you adopt this powerful new paradigm, you will notice a radical transformation, not just in your romantic success, but in your entire worldview, as you begin to see every interaction as a unique opportunity to practice deep attunement and cultivate genuine connection. The anxiety that used to plague your dates will dissolve, replaced by a calm, grounded anticipation of the beautiful emotional landscapes you are about to explore together, armed with the knowledge that you possess the psychological tools to handle whatever she reveals. This is the true secret of older, experienced men. They have realized that the battle for a woman's heart is not won with flashy displays of wealth or arrogance, but with the quiet, unshakable confidence of a man who knows exactly how to make her feel entirely safe, deeply understood, and wildly desired all at the exact same time. It is a holistic approach to dating that honors her humanity, validates her emotional experiences, and creates a powerful, unbreakable bond rooted in mutual respect and intense, passionate polarity. When you finally grasp the magnitude of this concept, you will never again struggle to find the right words or worry about awkward silences, because you will understand that the silence is merely a canvas for her to paint her truth upon, and your only job is to provide the psychological safety required for her to pick up the brush. You are orchestrating a beautiful symphony of neurochemicals, emotions, and memories, guiding her flawlessly toward a state of complete surrender and deep romantic infatuation. The loneliness and frustration of your past dating experiences will fade into distant memories, replaced by a rich, fulfilling romantic life characterized by profound intimacy, effortless connection, and a deep soul stirring magnetism that draws high quality women to you like a moth to a flame. Ultimately, mastering this psychological framework empowers you to navigate the complex world of modern romance with the quiet, deadly grace of a true master, leaving a trail of beautiful, unforgettable connections in your wake. It's not about convincing her, it's about creating the psychological space where she can recognize what she already feels